I'd swore off love, figured I'd had enough. Thought it best that I closed the door.
Hello and welcome to Old Faithful. I'm your host, Matthew J. Trask. My thanks to Haggerty's Music Works. My thanks to Johnny Hastings, making me look good behind the camera. Please visit Haggerty's Music Works for your musical needs, your Taylors and Gibsons and such. Please support my friends at Black Hill Spun Espresso. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Matthew Trask. And please like, share, and subscribe to the Haggerty's Music Works channel, which is probably Haggerty's Music Works. Today we are playing Internet Cowboys and Real Cowboys on the show. It took me way too long to get this guy on the show, Mr. J.J. Kent. It's nice to see you, buddy.
It's very nice to be here. I feel honored to be on your show here today, Matt.
I'm quite honored to have you, and I'm glad I finally got you on the show. Why don't you just tell us about you, with emphasis on your musical journey?
Well, how far back shall I go? I'm from Lander, Wyoming.
Okay.
And I'm self-taught. I started teaching myself the guitar when I was about the age of 10 years old. Of course, it took a few years before I ever felt confident enough to play in front of anybody.
Sure.
But by the time I was in high school, I formed a little band there with a couple of the guys that I went to school with. And so we started playing, and after a while we began getting invited to play for private parties and a few school functions, and we made a dollar or two out of it there.
Well,
so
hey,
that's kind of what inspired me to pursue it as a career.
kind of
then.
like winning your first rodeo gave you just enough hope to make you keep doing it.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty fair comparison there.
So, going back to 10 years old, was there a guitar in the basement, or did you have to beg mom and dad for one or steal one? Or
Well, actually, I heard about a guy that lived nearby that had one for sale. He was trying to sell a guitar, and something just inspired me when I heard that I wanted that guitar.
I see.
He was just asking $30 for it, and so I did all the odd jobs around I could to save up the money, and washing cars, cutting grass, whatever I could do. And I finally got up to $30, and I bought the guitar from him. Still didn't even know how to play a chord.
Right.
I had me a guitar, by God. And I went to a music store and found a chord book.
Okay.
Then that's how I learned how to start making my basic chords.
How many more weeks of washing cars before you could afford the chord book?
Well, I don't know if I can even remember that far back now. That's been quite a while, but the chord book didn't cost all that much. It was around $5 or so. So
sure.
About another car wash in, and I had enough for the chord book.
Yeah.
So that's how it all started.
Looking back, was that guitar worth $30?
Oh goodness, yes. It was probably, and I wish I still had it.
Oh,
because,
okay.
It'd probably be worth a lot more than that today.
Okay.
It was an old Gibson guitar, acoustic guitar, but it had the F holes in it instead of the round holes. And I'm not even sure. I mean, it was not a brand new guitar when I bought it, so I don't know how much it might be worth today.
So you're telling me it was a Gibson archtop?
Yeah.
For sale in Lander, Wyoming for $30.
Yeah.
I love my show, you guys. Do we know where it is? Do we have any way of tracking it down?
I wouldn't have a clue now. It's been so many years ago now. There's no telling if it even still exists.
Well, I'm glad we got to talk about it on the show anyway.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Did it play well? Did it sound good?
Oh, yeah. It played very well. Once I learned how to make a few chords and I could play a song or two with it there, it was a great guitar. I just wished I still had it today.
So your little high school band, you are of a certain age. This may have been a rock band, or was it a country band?
No, it was a rock band, but I still had a lot of roots in country music at that time, even back then. And so for a lot of years, I kind of played rock and roll right along beside country music.
Okay.
I did a lot of both.
They can coexist.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 70s proved that by what they call Southern rock.
Right,
I mean, there was a lot of country feel in a lot of those songs that those guys did back in those days.
So our high school garage band that got a little bigger, I'm guessing you weren't playing your rock and country rock covers on your vintage Gibson archtop. What did we graduate to?
Actually, I graduated to a Gibson ES335 electric guitar, red hollow body.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you still have that?
No.
No?
No. I had to sell that one. By that time I was married and had a little boy, and times got a little hard there, and I needed the money to take care of my family, so I sold it.
Were you playing that, let me guess, through a Dumble Overdrive Special amplifier that we sold?
Could have been. Yeah. Actually, I think my the amplifier I had at that time was a Fender.
Okay.
It was a Fender amplifier, guitar amplifier. But we're talking a few years ago now.
Yeah. So it was you on guitar, and you said a couple of friends. So it was like a three-piece band, bass and drums.
Started out, it was actually two twin brothers.
Okay.
That had moved into the neighborhood where I was living, and one of them played guitar also, and the other one played drums.
Okay.
And we started just getting together at their house and jamming a little bit in their garage, and then eventually we picked up another guy that went to school with us that played bass.
Okay.
So we ended up being a four-piece, and we're talking the late 60s, early 70s at that time there.
So did somebody have a PA system for the vocals, or did you just have to sing really loud?
We just had to sing really loud.
Sing really loud.
Yeah, we didn't have a PA system to start out with there.
Uh-huh.
We eventually got one, but it took a while.
Sure. And do you remember what your first PA system? I'm getting super nerdy. Do you remember your first PA system?
Yes, it was a custom, Custom,
Sure.
the padded.
Right?
Yeah.
Looked like the back seat of a Cadillac.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So we played around Wyoming mostly. Did we tour any farther than Wyoming?
No, it was pretty much on a local scale back then.
Okay.
But, after high school, we all kind of went our different ways and started different lives. But I still pursued the music. And, eventually got to go and spend some time in Nashville. And early 70s there, I was playing downtown Nashville. There was a place called Printer's Alley. It was kind of a Nashville landmark. Mm-hmm. And there was a club down there called the Johnny Paycheck Country Showcase.
Okay.
And I was playing with a band there called the Nashville Cats.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what really kind of inspired me to really keep going further and pursuing it as a career.
Sure.
Yeah.
So were you the lead singer of the Nashville Cats at the time, or you were playing rhythm guitar or lead guitar? Or?
I was playing rhythm guitar, and I was doing a lot of the vocals, but I wasn't really the lead singer.
I see.
I mean, we all, everybody in the band sang.
I see, sure, because it was Nashville.
Yeah,
right.
And we kind of rotated around when we were doing a set.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were trying to be a songwriter, or working at McDonald's, or just playing as much as you could?
Oh, I was trying to do both. I was writing a lot of songs at that time, and hoping somebody would pick up one of them, that already had a big name or something. And
did that ever happen?
No.
No. Well, doggone it.
No.
There's still time. You ain't dead. Maybe.
No, I'm still breathing, so I guess there's still hope. Yeah.
We'll call Chris Stapleton, see if he wants to cut one of your songs.
That'd be awful nice. I like Chris Stapleton a lot. He's got some great songs. He's got some great music.
He absolutely does. So we were a little late today, so we got to keep moving along. You have recorded, you were telling me you have 2 CDs available?
2 CDs of the country music.
Okay. Excuse me. Yeah.
Now, I also compose and record Native American flute music. And I have 4 CDs on the market of that. I mean, it's a total different genre of music.
Right.
But,
yes.
Yeah, and I record for a company in New York called Spirit Wind Records.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that briefly. Is it just solo flute, or are there other instruments on these recordings?
Oh, there's other instruments. Yeah, there's full orchestration behind.
Okay.
The flute's the lead instrument.
Right.
But I've got a lot of other instruments on some of those.
Is it like, or is there anything like bass and drums and guitar and flute?
Oh, goodness, yes. Yeah.
Native American flute over a country backing track, I guess, is what I'm visualizing for some reason.
Well, it doesn't.
The more I think about it, the stupider that sounds. But
that doesn't really have a country feel to it. The album, the flute album I'm the most proud of was my third one. that I recorded. A gentleman by the name of George Noriega produced it and recorded it for me in his studio down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. George Noriega is a Grammy-winning producer and songwriter, and he's produced a lot of Latin music for artists like Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, and Gloria Estefan.
We're getting quite a few names here on Old Faithful today.
He toured for a while with Gloria Estefan and her show, but he recorded that album for me there, and that was an album that I had recorded as a tribute album to my late wife Kathy, who died in a car accident. And this was about 6 months after her death that I recorded the album. And that album garnered me the award from the Native American Music Awards for Flutist of the Year.
Wow!
And
cool.
That was in 2009. 2009 when that happened. But so yeah, I've had some moderate success, I guess you could say, along the way with both genres, the country and the native flute stuff.
We will have to have you back with some flutes, but we'll take a short diversion. I will try and sometimes I get long-winded. I will try and keep it short. How many flutes do you have? Are there like different keys?
Yeah, they're different keys.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all played the same way, same type of instrument, but they're just in different keys.
Sure.
Yeah.
And have you made any of these, or who makes your flutes? Or
I made some. Others have been given to me over the years by different flute makers.
What is your favorite?
Oh gosh, my favorite flute is it's one that was actually given to me by my nephew, and it's in the key of C.
Okay.
And it's a real sweet sounding flute. I really enjoy playing that one when I get a chance.
Cool. We have exhausted my knowledge of Native American flutes, but you are welcome back on with your flutes.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I'd be happy to.
You have 2 country music CDs.
Right.
You have an online presence. Tell my guests about your online presence and where they can find your country music and your Native American flute CDs.
Well, both can be found on Amazon.com for one, and another website called cdbaby.com.
Okay, sure.
Both of those carry my music.
Under the name J.J. Kent.
J.J.
Probably
Kent.
type that into the search bar there.
That would be it.
And then probably at some point today here on Old Faithful, we should talk about this guitar under your arm.
Okay.
And what you were playing before this one.
All right. Yeah, this one here, I mean, this is probably one of the sweetest guitars I've ever owned, and I love it, and I play it religiously on stage when I perform. I absolutely love it. It's a Taylor. So shout out to the Taylor Guitar Company. I tell you what.
Nothing wrong with a Taylor.
Absolutely. As far as I'm concerned, you can't go wrong with a Taylor.
You really can't? No.
Yeah. And there's a very dear friend of mine here in Rapid City that gave me this guitar, and he plays with me quite regularly whenever I perform. His name is Joe Miller, and he plays guitar, and we've recently added a woman, Leanne Carl, that plays a big stand-up bass, and so she joins us on stage quite often.
I have not been paying attention. I need to come see this, don't I?
Yeah, we just did a show this past Saturday in Custer.
Okay. At
the Custer Beacon.
All right.
And had just a wonderful night there that evening. Had a really good audience, and this coming Friday we're going to be in Sturgis at the VFW.
Okay.
And then Saturday we'll be back in Custer.
All right.
At the Gold Pan Saloon in Custer. This time around.
Where can we keep up to date on your touring schedule, such as it is?
Well, I try to keep all of my performance dates and places posted on my Facebook page.
Okay.
I've got a Facebook page, and it's just under my name, J.J. Kent.
J.J. Kent.
And you can usually go there and find the places and the dates and everything where we're going to be doing shows.
Cool. So how long have you had this guitar, and what were you playing before this?
Before I got this one, I was playing an Alvarez, and I still have it, and I love it. It's a great guitar itself. I've had this one, though, this Taylor, now for about 2.5 years, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
And just, it's a great guitar. Stays in
tune,
you were telling me.
It's a fantastic
You got
guitar.
to, as we sometimes say in the country, you got to pull a knife on it to get it to go out of tune.
Pretty much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Ha, 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 ha. Is that a cedar top on that guitar?
I believe it is. Yeah.
I think it is. Me and Johnny are huge fans of cedar top acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
So we love that right there. and got the Taylor expression system, everything you need.
Sure.
It's not much of a diva. With proper care, it doesn't go out of whack or anything.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No, as long as you keep it from extreme temperatures
Sure,
and everything,
yeah.
just pretty much room temperature, it really holds itself in tune pretty well.
Right.
I rarely have to do very much of anything to it when I get ready to do a show.
Awesome. How often do you change your strings, and what kind do you use?
I use elixirs,
Okay.
and I probably don't change them as often as I should.
Right.
But I'd say about once every 2 or 3 weeks I'll change strings.
Oh yeah,
and put
that's
some new
pretty
strings
good,
on it.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, is there anything else that we need to talk about? Can you think of?
Well, really nothing
Did we
comes to mind
forget
immediately.
any vintage guitars that you had and sold at a loss at some point? Did we forget anything here?
Not that I
No.
can think of there, no.
Okay, just the Gibson Archtop and the ES335.
Those, yeah. And,
Okay.
well, I've also got a couple of 12-string guitars,
Oh, hey.
acoustic guitars, and I love those too.
Right.
I play them sometimes. One is an Ibanez 12-string, and the other one is a Yamaha.
Okay, all right.
And they're both really nice guitars too.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, after my little thing here, you will play us a song.
Sure.
Do you want to do an original?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay,
I'd be
sounds
happy to.
good. Remember my sponsorship with Trask Hay LLC, large round and square bales, and custom haying. We've gotten some precipitation here in the last couple of days. You might have hay crop next year that needs put up. Call Joe Trask, 515-0858. And JJ Kent says, change your strings. I couldn't think of anybody. Somebody always says, change your strings at the end of the show. And I didn't have anybody pick it. So you, all right. Mr. JJ Kent, take it away.
All right. The song, this one is called "A Fool in His Heart Are Soon Parted." I'd swore off love, figured I'd had enough, thought it best that I closed the door. I'll keep to myself, never loved someone else, couldn't take being hurt anymore. But your eyes said hello, could we dance, and if so, do you think we might be more than friends? You touch me just right, your arms hold me so tight, and I feel crazy in love once again. One kiss was enough to get started, and here I go round one more time. A fool in his heart are soon parted, and baby, you sure parted with mine. Affairs of the heart often tear you apart, leave you feeling like there's nowhere to turn. Take away your desire to go near the fire, always afraid you'll get burned. Now I hope it's not wrong as we dance to this song. Should I take a chance just one more time? It scares me to say that I'm feeling this way, 'cause you're driving me right out of my mind. One kiss was enough to get started, and here I go round one more time. A fool and his heart are soon parted, and baby, you sure parted with mine. parted with mine.
Woo! I love that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Anybody who plays country music with major seventh chords in it is welcome on this show anytime. I'm Matt Trask. Thanks for watching.